Was the Ijaws drew a map in which they seized all the littoral spaces from Badagry down to Bakassi, so that all the littoral spaces facing the ocean were to be their own. The Yorubas disagreed. When we came, we the Igbos have made peace with our Ikwere brothers to the extent that today an Ikwere man from Eneka is the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo. This is even before exactly.
Yeah, but
we should restructure Nigeria in a way that its people can govern themselves.
Igbos are not even asking anything outside that River State axis. Just River State. Oh, they claim say they go collect them.
Now, the concern here is whether River State should be located in the Igbo region or not. The walkout highlights deep disagreements over regional autonomy and the timeline for constitutional changes before the 2027 elections. And at the heart of it is the city of Port Harcourt. So who actually owns Port Harcourt? Is this debate about an access to the sea or not?
The conference was supposed to be a conference of ethno-linguistic nationalities without defining the meaning of ethno-linguistic nationalities, to foreclose the possibility of political groups coming in the guise of ethnic nationalities. We've been deceived. This is a charade. And nobody in
All right, more interesting update is coming out from that conference they held in Abuja. Yes, the conference for restructuring of Nigeria that they proposed 15 to 17, regions, confederating regions for Nigeria. So, but something happened. There was a staged out, a walkout by the Igbo section of that conference. But the cause of this problem is what we are going to look into in this particular video. Very, very, very unfortunate. Just this small ethnic group want to challenge a whole Igbo and others around Igbo that they have agreed to stay together. Well, let's go straight into the video.
They've been proposing a restructuring of the country into 15 to 17 autonomous federating regions in the country. We've had a situation where there was a dramatic fracture at the heart of that Nigeria's constitutional future, with high stakes at the National Restructuring Conference, which actually held in Abuja. The conference was aimed at radically restructuring the federation, but unfortunately it ended in a bitter deadlock for some of the delegates. The Igbo delegation staged a fierce walkout at some point, rejecting the final communique and throwing the proposed transition to a 17-region model into total chaos. Now, the concern here is whether River State should be located in the Igbo region or not. The walkout highlights deep disagreements over regional autonomy and the timeline for constitutional changes before the 2027 elections. And at the heart of it is the city of Port Harcourt. So who actually owns Port Harcourt? Is this debate about an access to the sea or not?
The conference was supposed to be a conference of ethno-linguistic nationalities without defining the meaning of ethno-linguistic nationalities, to foreclose the possibility of political groups coming in the guise of ethnic nationalities. We've been deceived. This is a charade. And nobody in Nigeria should take what happened today as a serious event.
We are in agreement with the rest of Nigeria who believe that we should restructure Nigeria in a way that its people can govern themselves. Nobody seeks a breakup of the country. We seek to make Nigeria work in a way that's determined by its indigenous people.
All right, and to dive into this discourse, we have joining me right here in the studio, Dr. Ononuju, Deputy Leader of the Igbo Delegation to the Abuja Summit on Restructuring. And thank you so much, Dr. Kach, for joining. What exactly actually led to that walkout on this access to the sea or the position of rivers, or whether, River State and Port Harcourt should belong, to the Igbo region or not? What exactly are you asking for?
It is I am an Igbo born in Diobu. Diobu was settled at the Willings Commission as a place inhabited by Igbos. Today's Greater Port Harcourt has up to 4 ethnicities in it. You have the Igbos who have come in from the Igbo hinterland, like my family, that came in 1832, alongside Uzurumbamba Naso, Joa Mabu, also known as Jaja of Opopo. He came back to Amibo, where his father is from Umudroha, his mother is from Umuchoke, Umudroha, and then took people from there and from Unkwere to come and establish Opopo. Since that time, my family has been in River State for up to 320 years. Now, we the indigenous Igbos are accepted by the Willings Commission as part of the people of Greater Port Harcourt. You also have the Ikwere who are there. You also have the Okrika who are there in the Greater Port Harcourt. And of course, you also have the Ogoni who are also there in the Greater Port Harcourt space. And we've agreed to share it. Now, indigenous Igbos like me, who were born there before the end of, whose parents were there before the end of slave trade. Because you remember one question when somebody was asked, what is your ethno-indigeneity? And he claimed that some of them came back after slave trade. Even when those people came back after slave trade, they came to meet people on the ground. Just like when the Yorubas returned from Senegal, the Yorubas now live in Sangros, in Campos, and other parts of Moloni in Lagos. Well, these are Yorubas. So did other people come back. Don't forget, 5 African ethnicities were recorded to have been taken into slavery. 1, the Bakongo, who live in the Gulf of Guinea from Angola stretching to Congo. That's where the Bantu Congos are. And then you have the Igbo in the records. Then you have the Yorubas in the records. You also have the Akan. And also now you have the Mandinka. These are the 5 tribes that are captured in the records as having been taken into slavery. Yeah. So even if you return back after the Emancipation Proclamation, you were now allowed to return back to your area of ethno-indigeneity. Now you see that? So the people didn't fall from heaven. No. That is exactly what we're saying. So those who came back to Igbo land, because Igbos represent the highest single ethnicity in the Niger Delta. The Niger Delta is the areas that contain the deltaic tributaries of the Niger River. It's not an ethnic area. And there you have states like...
That's the bite of Biafra,
exactly.
As it used to be called.
Called now Gulf of Guinea. You have, in the Niger Delta thing, you have Anambra State, you have Delta State, you have Abia State, you have Imo State, you have our River State.
All right, Dr. Kach. Now, if we're asking for, regions to be formed, one of the regions that was canvassed was the Igbo region. And then the Ijaws also said they were asking for a particular region. And so your problem is that the Ijaws want Port Harcourt to be under their own region. Now, you are saying...
That's not what they say.
Okay, so what exactly is your grouse with the Ijaws?
The problem we had with them was the Yorubas told us that the original Ijaw map, which made Ijaw not to attend the conference, was the Ijaws drew a map in which they seized all the littoral spaces from Badagry down to Bakassi. So that all the littoral spaces facing the ocean were to be their own. The Yorubas disagreed. When we came to the conference, we now saw that the Yorubas brought a map where the Ijaw now had to cover the littoral spaces of River State. That is our bone of contention. Right. Why am I saying this? We, the Igbos, have made peace with our Ikwere brothers to the extent that today, an Ikwere man from Eneka is the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo. This is even before exactly.
Yeah, but you would have listened to people like Nyesom Wike.
Listen to me. Nyesom Wike's
they are different. They are not Igbos.
Nyesom Wike's problem.
So Rivers does not have anything to do with the Igbo region.
He claims that the Ikwere come from Benin. Oba Akenzuwa said it's not true. There is nothing like Benin. During the days of the Arab Confederacy, the Benin Kingdom existed and nobody came to River State. Even the name of the man they said that came back, Akalaka, that's an Igbo name. You understand? So how can Akalaka come from Benin? Benin doesn't have Akalaka. Akalaka is an Igbo man. So even if you call Akalaka, that's an Igbo name. And we know, look, just like me and Ma Ohuabunwa. Ohuabunwa was born in Romubiakan. I was born in Jobu. Now, nothing forecloses me. Just recently, a court in Plateau State said that the indigenous Hausas born in Jos North are indigenous to the state. If they are indigenous to Plateau, then what's wrong with the Igbos born in River State, whose parents were born in River State, like me?
All right.
Why would we not be teamed that? And we have now teamed up with the Queres, like Senator Simon Bata, to insist that we want to belong to the...
Well, I mean, I had spoken with some of the queries, and we expected one of the leaders to be present here, Professor King, but unfortunately he couldn't make it at the last minute. But talk to us, at the heart of this debate also is that there are talks that the Igbos want to in the future, regionalize Nigeria, have access to the sea through Port Harcourt.
That's not the issue.
And the locals there say they don't want that.
Listen, if you now see somebody in River State who comes and say he doesn't want River State to have access to the sea. That's why we say these are sponsored political groups. Because no Rivers man will tell you he doesn't want River State to have access to the sea.
No, I mean the Igbo nation, the Igbo region being proposed, having an access to the sea through Port Harcourt, through
the Igbos,
River State.
No, that's not what it... The Igbos propose that the Benin people should have access to the sea through Egelege. The people from Delta, the Warri people, should have access to the sea through Warri and Cocoa Port. The Yorubas already have access to the sea through Lagos. We also propose they already have access to the sea through Brass and other parts of Bayelsa. But River State should also be allowed its access to the sea. So when we now saw that the political sponsored group were comfortable with River State being blocked from having access to the sea, we now knew these were sponsored groups just to undermine. Look, if I don't have total peace with my brothers in River State, that we have gotten Mbata to be President General for Ohaneze means it's a family thing.
But I spoke with some of the leaders and they said he went there on his own, that the people of Rivers never asked Senator Mbata to go and represent them, especially the Ikweres, to represent them as the president of Ohaneze and Igbo. That is a project by some of you leaders from the Igbo nation to try to penetrate through the Rivers people.
That is not true. Nobody is begging for any penetration. Igbos bring success wherever they go to. Igbos develop. As I speak to you today, Igbos still represent the largest single ethnic group in Rivers State.
So what do you want? Actually,
what we want is to make peace, marry back with our old brothers, what was divided by the war.
Under which region?
Now listen, the Yorubas were able now to reconstruct, to repair what the soldiers did, brought in Yorubas from Kwara into their fold in their contiguous map, brought in Yorubas from Kogi into their fold in their contiguous map. What's wrong with an ethno-linguistic arrangement where also Igbos in River State are brought in? And because we now saw those people were comfortable with River State being squeezed, we now knew this was a sponsored political group. If it were a proper Rivers group with Rivers blood in them, they would not be quiet when River State is blocked from having access to the sea. That's exactly why we knew these are political groups sponsored to come and disrupt what we have. Now, you cannot say somebody like Senator Mbata is sponsored. Senator Mbata is the man that made Governor Wike local government chairman. When he was senator representing, Wike and Mbata come from Ward 5 and Ward 4 in Obiakpo.
But you would have heard Wike also saying that he's not an Igbo man.
Wike says that
had even Rotimi Amechi at some point.
He does that because whenever Rotimi Amechi
have maybe a change of mind.
Whenever Rotimi Amechi says, 3 nights ago, I was at Rotimi's house. Whenever Chibika Amechi says that he's Igbo, Wike will say he's not Igbo. So you can understand.
Interesting conversation. But just before I let you go,
yes,
Dr. Catch, I mean, you have said that you believe in one Nigeria, but under, a restructured country where you have different regions. Do we really need regions at this point in time? Because people are saying that these states' creation have even caused us more trouble. Don't you think we'll be in further trouble if we do go by this proposed 15 to 17 regions?
We will not have any problem if we construct ethno-religious constituencies. ethno-linguistic constituencies. It's the same way in Europe. It is the same formula that was used to resolve the problem in Yugoslavia. The Serbs went to their own, the Bosnians and Herzegovinians agreed to come together, and they have peace. So the same platform, the same standard that was used in Yugoslavia and the rest of Europe can be used here so that we do not have problem. Because the contraption arranged by the soldiers is not working. And because it's not working, there is nothing wrong with we, the people, coming together to do something. The current constitution was not written by the people. Obasanjo was sworn in, and after that, he was handed this.
Yeah, but it's an offshoot of the 1979 constitution.
It is not
where
working.
There was a constituent assembly led by Chief Rotimi
What we
Williams
have
and other
today
Nigerians.
Was prepared privately. It is a product of the cascade of coups done by Buhari, Babangida, and Abacha. When they wrote all those decrees, they now superimpose the interests of the Muslims on a Christian majority country. We have been quiet. Now we want to resolve. Look at even what they did.
Very quickly before we
the Gbagi has spread into 6 different states. Is that proper? The Gbagi represent the largest single ethnic group in the north after the Hausa. But look at how they've been put by the soldiers. You have Gbagi that owns Mina, Gbagi that owns Suleja, Gbagi that owns Biriningwari, Gbagi that owns Kaduna, Gbagi that owns Zaria and Abuja, scattered into 1 million states. Is that normal? No.
All right. Do you think the National Assembly will accept the outcome of these resolutions that you've had very quickly before we go? And would President Tinubu, for example, be willing to be able to put his pen to paper on any proposal that maybe the National Assembly does pass to him?
We have started talking.
And are you even reaching out to the executive?
We have started. Remember at the beginning of this particular conference, when I was invited, and before we went, they made me deputy leader of the Igbo region. I was asking to learn. And when I got there, as the conference opened, from the Attorney General's office, somebody came to read an opening address. I told myself, okay, the government is in it, but the government doesn't want to be who is out there. The government blesses it. So let the people talk among themselves so that we, the people, can produce articles of association that is okay for us, not what the military imposed. What we're trying to do is to undo what the soldiers did. So if the Yorubas
But you need the stamp of the National Assembly.
I don't know that, but let's first the people.
Right,
when
Dr.
the people talk,
Ononuju.
then we can go to National Assembly. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, Dr. Ononuju is the deputy leader of the Igbo delegation to the Abuja Summit on Restructuring Nigeria. I must thank, a whole lot of you who were there. The conversation continues, and we just hope that the political authorities will be able to, give listening ears to some of their proposals, the proposals that have been made, and of course, we'll see how things end. But we must thank you immensely, Dr. Ononuju, for your immense knowledge of the history of Nigeria and ethnic nationalities. You were a very good addition to that summit, I must tell you. Well,
So, this is job people. I not just, okay, now be all these talk, where they talk for social media full everywhere. Okay, now, oh my God. How can you say that? How can you be claiming the whole coastal region? Okay, now then get Lagos. Okay, now you just get Lagos. And they never talk and say now then get Lagos. Igbos are not even asking anything outside that River State axis. Just River State. Oh, they claim say they go collect them. You don't get sense. You don't get sense to know what belongs to you and what does not belong to you. Okay, if you can claim the whole of Bayelsa, claim the whole of Akwa Ibom, all those areas, Calabar, claim, go down to Ondo and Delta. He never do you. He never do you. Now this small portion where the River State, now you want, they claim, say, you must collect them. Oh my God, they don't get 2 by 2 for there. They don't slap no day there, they reset some people brain. I beg, if you have anything you want to talk, you talk. I know say this thing, if they not take time, that's so it go be. They will do yeah, and everything will end. But I tell you that the earlier the better they do it. The earlier the better. Of course, major Biafrans are talking about secession. So, but, well, to me, it's not out of place if people can manage their region. And this thing is being done according to ethnic group. It's according to ethnic group. All the ethnic group identify themselves and join. Okay, now make I know now these people where they the people where they a car, all those areas, some few people anyway. Okay, whether they will join Ijaw people. Where they won't join now. You don't read. Well, your contribution is vital to this discussion. Many things are still coming out from this discussion. Until I come your way next time.